Hi, I'm Jay from Builderoo.com. I'm here with Kevin and Mike from IST. Hi, can you guys tell me a little bit about your product?
Yes, thank you for asking. This is a product that has been needed by the market for years now. As you know, dual access trackers give you higher productivity in the absorption of the sun's energy for photovoltaic cells, but the weak link has always been the tracker. This two-directional tracker is that it's virtually indestructible. Historically, the tracker has always been the weak link in dual access. You get a panel on there with a 20-year warranty, and within 10 years or less, the tracker's not supporting it. It's not cost effective. When you go down for 2 or 3 days, you've lost your profit for the year on your returns. This tracker was designed with simplicity in mind. We've removed a majority of the mechanical parts, reduced it down to a couple of plungers and some hydraulics that are virtually indestructible. I mean, 98% of the tractors that were built 20 years ago, the hydraulics are working as good as they did the day they were built. And I think you're going to find that with a 20 to 25-year warranty on a product that pays for itself in 5 years, there's going to be nothing like this on the market, and it's going to be the gold standard in the future.
Great. So, how do you separate yourself with your competitors with this product?
Well, if you look at most of our competitors' product, they're heavily mechanized. This has minimal mechanisms in it. It's mostly old gold standard hydraulics and plungers, and that creates a stability. The other thing you'll find is with the 3-point stabilization system that it's very, very sturdy in high winds, provides durability, whereas most of them need to shut down at 30 to 50 miles an hour. This one is projected to be able to sustain 100-mile-an-hour winds and continue to increase your harvest, which increases the days that you harvest, which will increase your return.
So I'm here with Dustin from Photon Energy Services, and what can you tell me about IST?
So Photon Energy Services is a solar development corporation. That means that we put these large-scale power plants together, whether they're on a commercial scale or, as the case would be in using an inspired solar tracker, a utility-scale installation. So from our standpoint, we have to appease our investors that the technology that we use is not only reliable but durable. One of the problems that we've seen in the marketplace with existing trackers is that they use a light sensor to keep track of where the most solar irradiation is coming from. The challenge with that is they can get confused by reflections that come off of other panels or an airplane flying across the sky. So you have a risk and some fear from some real horror stories in the field of solar trackers gone awry. Now that's more of the case with a dual axis than it is with a single axis. But a dual axis tracker, such as IST's tracker here, will help get an extra amount of energy out of the panels that you have up because they're always tracking the sun ideally. This particular model here has a Siemens PLC in it that knows based on the date, time, and location exactly where the sun will be. So we have a reliable technology that's finding the best light at all times of the day. Now, from Photon's other standpoint, we look at how long is the system going to last. A lot of the dual axis trackers that are out there right now are using motors to power the movement of the tracking. The difference between that and the IST system is that the IST system actually uses hydraulics for tracking. So the gears that are inside of a motor might wear down over time. IST is using hydraulics. That means we expect for them to be able to provide somewhere between a 20 and a 25-year warranty on the product, substantially longer than the 10-year warranties that you're seeing out there in the existing marketplace. Now, the other side of using hydraulics is that hydraulics are extremely efficient. They're not necessarily a good technology to use if you've got an application that doesn't move for like 3 months or so, but in an application such as a tracker where it's constantly moving every day, it's the perfect kind of application for the hydraulics that this machine uses. So from a standpoint of appeasing our investors, like the large institutional banks that put the money behind these projects, it's a lot less risk to know that I've got something that's bundled in there that I can say for the next 20 to 25 years that I have a power purchase agreement going with the utility, that I know that the trackers are going to be covered for that period of time. There's a level of confidence coming from the folks at IST that the tracker technology is built to last that long, whereas other ones I've got to worry about, okay, 10 years out, am I going to have to go out and replace all of the trackers or major components in all of the trackers on this entire installation? That's scary from a banker's standpoint. So we feel that from a cost effectiveness standpoint, because they're using proven pneumatic technology, that's the hydraulics in this, as well as using these simplified logic chips that know exactly where the sun is going to be based on time and date and location, that it eliminates the risk that we see in the current dual axis tracker market. So we feel like IST is the right blend of simplification and reliability and cost effectiveness.
Great. So is there any kind of last words that you want to talk about this IST model?
Any last comments that I would have? I think that IST has a really bright future. They're an early stage company, and Siemens has hosted them in their booth this session, and that means a lot to us. I think that's really impressive to be asked by such a major corporation to be a part of their booth at this show. So Photon expects to see IST coming into the market sometime in the next year and really showing up in force in the utility scale project sector.
Great. So that was IST. I'm from builderoo.com. Check out our website. Thank you.